Check, 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 check. There we go. All right, we got her up. Check. What's up, Jack? Hello, hello. Let me let you guys in. If you guys are here super early, there's only two of you here right now. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I got some merch coming, I think. Crash game last night. I kept telling myself, I was like, man, I would love, love to watch a game like this on the live stream, right? Where everything is going nuts. But of course tonight it'll be 1-0 Orioles. That's how they're gonna win tonight. And the Red Sox will blow like 6 bases loaded situations. That's what's gonna happen here. And tonight, chat, we get to play everyone's favorite game of who is still unvaccinated. Because yes, we are going up to Toronto tomorrow. The band does live Saturday, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But it is interesting that Cora said at least 1 to 2 players will not be joining this team. I'm very interested to see who it is. I think I have my money on, because they're bringing up Ronaldo Hernandez. They're bringing up Maeda and Winkowski. I think I'm going to go with Reese McGuire, and Reese McGuire isn't vaccinated, and we'll go Danish. I do not think it's Cassis, because they would have called up a first baseman. Although I guess they could have had Bob start. Maybe it is Cassis. Casas. That would be an interesting one for sure. Salty, I just went live, man. You probably didn't get a notification yet, but I appreciate you being here so early. Yeah, I just went live 2 minutes ago, so we got some time till people start trickling in, hopefully. But yeah, I would be kind of surprised if it was Casas. Casas seems too dedicated to the game of baseball to do that. Although I guess if it's ending Saturday, he probably got called up and they laid it all out for him, and he might have been like, meh, I might not need it. I might not need it. I don't know who any of these people are. We know a lot of we know there's no one there at the stadium, and the Red Sox are hurting and down bad when they show the pregame ceremonies. We all heard that a lot of Worcester's unvaccinated. I don't remember hearing that. To be sure, I don't want to talk about that type of stuff because it's their own bodies. It should be their choice. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not up to them. I'm just honestly, I'm just curious. That's all it is. It's just pure curiosity, like it was when they first went up there. Everyone was speculating as to who wouldn't do it, and back then it meant more. Now it doesn't really matter, right? If Costas doesn't come up, one, the ban's getting lifted on Saturday, so it doesn't matter either way. But two, even if like the ban wasn't getting lifted, these games don't mean anything. So you're right. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. I was just curious. It's kind of fun speculating, a little bit. Have a little fun. Huh. I wonder why that is. What's going on, Iman? It's gonna be an interesting stream tonight. I don't know what the show up's gonna be like. One, because I guess I did announce it, and that video did fairly well. But two, because it's Orioles, Red Sox. Both of them are essentially the Orioles aren't technically out of contention, but let me see. Do they have? No, they don't have all the games. I wonder if Seattle lost tonight, then it's a big game for Baltimore. But if Seattle won tonight, second to last stream, I know. And then next week's stream's it's going to be at 4, so we're doing it early, which will be interesting too. Now the Mariners haven't played yet. They play tonight at 9:40. That'll be interesting. Because if the Orioles win tonight and then the Mariners lose, you're looking at only a 2.5 game separation. That'd be nuts. I can't remember the last time they did this, where they showed like all of the pregame ceremony. They must be really hurting for viewership. It has to be that. It's an interesting time to be a Red Sox fan, chat. A real interesting time to be a Red Sox fan. David Ortiz is in the house. What the heck? What's David Ortiz doing here? Who is this guy throwing out the first pitch? Danny someone. Jeez, that was a terrible first pitch. Every time David Ortiz is there, it's a good game to be. It's a good time to be at the game. And I slowly became a fan of their intro music. That's the motto. Yeah, I like that. If the Mariners don't break their playoff streak this year, that'd be heartbreaking. If they have a 3.5 game lead going into what the last 8 games of the season and they ended up losing, oh, that'd be brutal. They would have to go what? If they went 500 and then Baltimore won out, they would lose their spot. So really all they need to do at this point is just play 500 ball. I think right now what we're looking at, I think across baseball, right? Um Kinda looking at what the playoff schedule is gonna look like, what the playoffs are gonna look like. The only ones that's gonna be interesting is whether the Phillies or the Brewers get in. I think that's really it. The Twins will probably be eliminated tonight. Chicago will probably be tomorrow. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Is either Milwaukee or Philly. I kinda hope Philly gets in because of Kyle Schwarber and Dave Dombrowski, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Baltimore might be able to do this. They have to really, really win out, though. How many games left for them? 1874, they have oh, man, really? You're gonna make me do this? Okay. They have tonight, including tonight, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they only have 8 games left, and they're 4 games behind, basically. So they would have to win out in the Baltimore sorry, and the Seattle Mariners would have to, go 500. Maybe a year early for Baltimore. Yeah, I agree. They're gonna have to make some big moves this offseason, though, to push themselves up into the category of competing with like the Yankees and the Blue Jays. I think they really need to add something onto there. I wonder what the I'm curious what to see because it shows the attendance record on ESPN. Rooting for Renfro and the Brewers. That's not a bad one either. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't hate I've always been a fan of the Brewers too, so I wouldn't hate the Brewers making the playoffs at all. I just think it's kind of cool that like the Phillies, the Phillies got Dombrowski there, and he brought them close to a playoff team. Very interesting, Chad. A lot of Red Sox fans are saying that. Dombrowski comes into Baltimore, and all of a sudden, what I'm looking at, Chad, is the average attendance for a Red Sox game this season, and it's looking like it's about 32,000. I would say at home, 32, yeah, 34, 32. Now we're down to we had 30 last night. Some good historical collapses. Oh boy, what was that? The Red Sox team that absolutely bombed. Was that 2011? I think that had the historical collapse. Um, the Mets have had a couple collapses. Yeah, the Mets had a collapse last year. Um, god. It's so because it's weird because like, you talk about these huge collapses so much when they're happening, and then, like, obviously 2011 was now 12 years or 11 years ago, which is crazy. But, yeah, you just sort of forget about them. Like, you just sort of forget about the fact that those happen, especially if your team does well in between those years too. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about was the Mets in 2007 where they had yeah, that's the one I remember because they lost, like, every single game, right? Oh, crap. There we go. Okay. 2011 Braves also had a collapse? Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. Collapses are often mental issues, yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of it has to do with mental issues, a lot of it has to do with injuries too, like, usually when you see, a collapse, it starts with an injury. Why is Cora putting Almonte in center field? Uh, what does it matter? I mean, we're probably not going to have Almonte on the team next year. What does it matter? You know? These wins don't matter, nothing. I mean, yeah. Like, the attendance at Fenway stays high no matter what because the park is right in the city. There's literally no traveling to get there from people. Yeah, yeah. Plus you get especially although I don't know about the Orioles because we play them so much, but we had like Kansas City. When we had Kansas City in here, there were a lot of Kansas City fans when I went to the game. So it's sort of like it's always an attraction for people, right? That's why, regardless of how bad the team is, people are gonna go. People get tickets from work, and like you're saying, they live in Boston. They're like, yeah, it's a subway ride down. It's to watch a ball game, have some drinks, stuff like that. Yeah, that's insane, Iman. There have been some really bad historical collapses. That's nuts. People just go to Fenway for a night out. Yeah, when opening day, I swear to God, I didn't even have. Um, I was in the Sam Adams deck for opening day, and quite literally, no one was paying attention to the game. It was wild. It was just like a bar. And now tickets are like $6 to get into the park. Why not? Yeah, the Cardinals. Well, the Cardinals also traveled in huge numbers too, because it was Pujols in Fenway Park, it was Molina in Fenway Park, and it was Wainwright in Fenway Park for like the last time. So, what's going on, Brandon? I'm good, man. How are you doing? We've only got two of these left, so I'm a little bittersweet about going live tonight. Obviously, we'll do this next season too, but I'm a little bit bittersweet. Hill going with the 88 mile and high cheese. Yeah, interesting. I went from like I said in my video, I went from um hating the or curious about the Rich Hill signing because I didn't know much about him when they signed him to I absolutely love this guy. He's an electric pitcher. He gets my heart rate up every time, but he's getting guys out to I absolutely hate this guy. What's he doing in our rotation? To now I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I like it for what it is. It's the art of pitching, so I'll enjoy it while it's here. But yeah, Rich Hill will not be on the team next year. Am I going to any of the remaining games? I don't know. I wanted to go this weekend, but obviously they're in Toronto, which sucks. And I was gonna go to the last game of the year, sort of as like a celebratory, like goodbye to my first season making content, to a lot of these players that I've been watching for a long time that probably won't come back. But then I was like, but my also main thing was I want to go for Xander Bogaerts. I want to just in case Xander does not come back. I want to see his last game in a Red Sox uniform. I don't know if I can mentally do that. Like, I don't know if I can mentally handle the idea of seeing Xander Bogaerts in his last uniform ever. I might genuinely cry for a couple reasons at the end of our stream next week. 'Cause, yeah, so the answer that was a long answer to your short question there, Jack, but, probably not. I probably won't go to any games the rest of the season. It sucks because 'cause they're all like, all the ones at Fenway are during the week, and my girlfriend just started a new job, so she can't take a day off, and it feels weird going to Fenway alone, so, yeah, I probably won't. Plus, I wanted to stream too on Wednesday, and that's the last game of the season. Astros playing today in bags at Man-Made Park. Interesting. Love Rich also, love watching those curveball guys. Yeah, yeah, it's something like, when we were legitimately in the hunt, I was like, "What is Rich Hill doing?" Right? Like, how are we gonna have this guy in a playoff situation? Imagine, like, a five-game series, and we put Rich Hill out in game 5 because everyone else is torched. Oh my god, that sounds stressful. But now that these games don't mean anything, and honestly, kinda come August when the team started collapsing, um, it was fun to watch. If Rich Hill mentored someone like Bale, then this experiment was all worth it. Of course, of course. Even if Rich Hill didn't mentor Bale, I'd say it's worth it anyways. Right? We only paid 5 million for him. He's a decent starter. Let me see what he ended up. What he's going to end up. Obviously, you have tonight's game, but are we playing Baltimore? We are. Yep. Hopefully, ending their season tonight. Uh, right. Dude has been in the big league since 2005. That's crazy. He's a 91 ERA plus for $5 million. Um, Hopefully he'll resign who? Xander? Yeah, I hope so too. Hey Jack, I'm gonna DM you on Twitter as my moderator. We'd have a private conversation. Do I think the Orioles are getting that third spot in the wild card? I don't. I don't think the Orioles end up getting it. They would have to play um they would have to play essentially perfect baseball the rest of the way. They would have to win out and the Orioles would have to play or the Mariners had to play 500. Although I looked at the Orioles schedule, it's not terrible. They do play Toronto. That's gonna be a tough one, but they played Toronto pretty well this year. I still don't think I think the Mariners get this. It's close in between those teams, chat. It's real close. Orioles sitting both Adley and Gunnar tonight. Hopefully the makings of a win. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, no. The Orioles are playing New York and Toronto. I just don't see that happening. Beating us, maybe they could take 2 out of 3 from us. That's not crazy. That's not crazy at all. But at the same time, um, too, miracles happen, right? We've seen it here on the Red Sox. Why not the Orioles? I don't. Here's what I don't understand. Rev, you were talking about it. Why are you sitting Adley Rutschman? Like Chirinos is probably not doing that, dude. Tommy Pham, listen. Yeah, the again, the O's, what's their Baltimore fans do deserve some good news. They've been what? When was the last time they were a positive? I mean, this year they have to have enjoyed this year because you can see the makings. Any current playoff teams, managers in the hot seat? That's a good question. If they get an early playoff exit, let me look. Boone's a possibility. I would say, to be honest with you, they've had 2 years in a row where they've been essentially powerhouses in this division, and they just have not done anything with it. That's definitely one. I mean, if you look at the teams, right, Iman, Toronto right now has an interim manager, right? Tampa, I don't think they're gonna get rid. They're such a tight knit, like well-oiled machine there in Tampa. I don't think that his manager, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but either way, I don't think they have it. Seattle, I don't think they are. I don't think their manager is really in it. Francona last year, yeah, but Francona maintained his job, and look where he's at now. Division. I don't think Buck Showalter on the Mets, if they end up losing the division, is in jeopardy. Definitely not the Atlanta Braves. The Padres, maybe. The Padres are a definite possibility for firing their manager. I mean, they have some of the best talent in baseball, and Josh Bell and Juan Soto have been terrible. Um, yeah, I could see the manager of the Padres getting fired. Phillies again, that's another interim manager, so we'll probably not. I mean, you probably won't see him there anyways. Milwaukee's a good candidate for the manager to get fired too. To be honest with you, what's up, Clip? Rafael Devers with a ground rule double, I assume. I was looking at the standings. Um, Man, I'm gonna miss Eck next year. Yeah, I was actually thinking. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think? Oh, sorry, chat. What do you guys think about making a video on who to replace Dennis Eckersley with? Because to be honest with you, I have no idea what they do with the booth. My ideal booth, in my opinion, right now is Mike Monaco and Kevin Youkilis. No one will be able to replace Eck. No one. It's like Jerry Remy, right? You're not going to be able to replace Eck. But Monaco and Euclid, the two of them together are fantastic. You can tell the difference between Uke playing, calling games with Monaco as opposed to Dave O'Brien. I mean, there are like 30-second intervals where it's just silent. If Xander sadly leaves, who do you think we will sign? If I'm being totally honest with you, if Xander ends up leaving and if Xander ends up leaving and we don't get Xander back, I could see the Red Sox doing a little stopgap shortstop. Like, honestly, I don't think they go out and they get Trey Turner or Dansby Swanson because I think there's you have Xander, you have Correa if he opts out, which he probably will. Um, you have Trey Turner, you got Dansby Swanson. I think am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a good shortstop. Oh, um, Tim Anderson has a player option too. So you've got five really good shortstops. I think Correa. I think I think Correa. I think Trey Turner. I think Dansby. Actually, you know what? Forget that. I think Correa, Trey Turner, and Xander are going to be the top three, and then anything under that's going to be a little bit of a tier below. Like Anderson and Dansby Swanson, they're going to be a tier below. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think there's a plan B for the Red Sox. I'm sure there is, but I would be surprised if they immediately pivot to a Trey Turner or Carlos Correa. Does that make sense? Like if they're in my opinion, I really think um I really think that the Red Sox have Xander as their plan A. That's who they want here for. I don't think they want him here for 8 to 10 years. I think they want him here for in between 5 and 7. So if that's their plan A, their plan B, in my opinion, is going to be a stopgap shortstop and hope that Marcelo Meyer or Cedane Rafaela work out, or Nick York, and maybe you slide him over or something like that, right? I think that's got to be it. I've liked Duke, not a big fan of Millar. Millar, yeah, Millar had great stories and he's a good personality, but he doesn't go with the flow with the game. That's the only problem I have with him. O'Brien was not good this year. I don't know about um that a baby dude. Doogie Loki has been absolutely on fire. Alex Verdugo has been a man on a mission this second half. This is the type of stuff that gets me excited for 2023. Watching Doogie just absolutely tear it up in the second half of 2022. Congrats on 2000. I truly think that you'll be getting that tattoo in no time. Thanks, Ethan. Thank you for all your support, guys. Everyone in here, it truly does mean a lot to me. Um, I'm actually when I agreed to that, I was like, that's gonna be like 3 years away. And then we went from 1,000. We went from 0 to 1,000 from last November to about, I would say, either April or May, and then from May to September we hit another 1,000. I'm like, oh god. Oh no, I'm gonna be getting this tattoo in January at this point. I'm nervous. I'll probably get it on my thigh. I'll probably just get it on my thigh. Lou Merlone to replace Eck. Yeah, that's not a bad one either. He's been actually offered a booth position before, and he doesn't want to do it. He wants to spend time with his kids, which I get. I mean, the booth position's hard, man. It's real hard. If Xander goes, maybe the brass wants Dane Rafael play shortstop next year. Um, yes and no. I think Rafael still has some time to go. Plus, the Red Sox, out of all teams, really value a player going to AAA, and getting some work in AAA. So I don't see him super far up. To be honest, seeing how Bloom operates, they probably won't even address the shortstop issue. um, yeah, yeah. That's my worst fear. What Gord just said, honestly, is no, we're not voting on the location of the tattoo, Jack. No, I don't trust you guys enough. We're not doing that. Yeah, I do not trust you guys enough to do that. But Gord, yeah, that's my biggest fear. But the way everyone surrounding the Xander Bogaerts thing has been talking, it sounds like both sides want to come to an agreement. Why not just come to an agreement? This is ridiculous. And I have a pretty decent feeling, although everyone keeps saying like Scott Boras is behind this, Scott Boras is behind this, right? I just learned today, which I didn't know, that the last time I didn't know that the last time the Red Sox extended Xander was because Xander reached out to them against Scott Boras's will. So maybe this time around, he's listening more to Scott Boras because of the fact that last time he had initiated and still had to take still had to take a team friendly deal. Lou is good in the booth, but he's a D bag on the radio. I don't listen to much WEI. The only time I listen to WEI is when they're interviewing Hein Bloom or Cora. Or if my Bluetooth doesn't work. Actually, that's a lie. I listen to WEEI when they're interviewing Cora or a player or Hein Bloom or it's the game. But I don't love Boston sports radio. The O's will offer Bogarts a 3-year deal. I'd say between 30 and no. If Carlos Correa opts out, the O's are going for Carlos Correa. They are. That's a fly. Oh, I got it, but I didn't kill it. I got it this time. I'm gonna kill it this time. I didn't get it. Where did that bastard go? I second the forehead tattoo. No, I'm not Randall, yes, I think the Orioles will be in on Xander Bogaerts, but there's two people that I see the Orioles, and we talked about this last time with Iman, who said the same thing. Um, Boston Strong, thank you so much for your donation. No message, but I appreciate your support on this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a whole lot to me, truly. Thank you, Boston Strong. But Randall, back to that. When that got brought up last time, I kind of thought through it. Right? Let's get some claps in the chat for Boston Strong, shall we? Um, Let me get the clap. I don't know what. How do I search this? Oh, what's up, TJ? There we go. Let's get some claps for Boston Strong. Thank you so much for your donation. It means a lot. It's all I had left in my. You don't need to send more. Truly, that means a lot. Thank you. Um, Let me go back up to this con. Oh, right. Where were we? We were talking about Xander the Orioles, which is a terrifying one, but two. Um, I was thinking here that if the Orioles want to go in and they want to get a legitimate long-term shortstop, there's a couple of better fit options than Xander Bogaerts. And I think the first one is Dansby Swanson. The reason for that is he's younger, he's going to be cheaper. You can build around that young core, right? He's a little bit younger than Xander. He's got a little bit, in my opinion, more upside. So I think in terms of the Orioles looking to build, I don't think they're looking to build around a shortstop, right? I think they're looking to build around their young core, and a supplemental piece to that is a guy like Dansby Swanson. The Braves have extended everybody on their team. The Braves clearly don't want Dansby Swanson back, so that's where I see the Orioles going. Other than that, you got Carlos Correa, right? We already know that they offered him a big contract, and there's a reason for that. They think he's a good fix for this team. They think he's a good fit for their city. They want Carlos Correa there, and if he opts out, can we agree that Paxton was the biggest waste of money they had? Other pitchers already available. Yeah, yeah. Paxton was a gamble, and they lost on that. I understand the reasoning behind it at the beginning of the year, but Orioles are getting a couple big name players. What the Orioles really need to do, right? If you boil it down to what's the problem with the Orioles this year, it's starting pitching. And yeah, they've got Grayson Rodriguez, who's what the first best pitching prospect in baseball, and they've got what John Gray, who had Tommy John last year, right? And Tyler Bradish. I always say Kyle. It's either Tyler or Kyle. Um, But then you look at the bullpen, right? You don't have you see what we've seen personally, what teams look like without a closer. So that's got to be another star spot. And obviously the bullpen for the Orioles have been good this year, but you always want to improve that. So my opinion, if the Orioles go out and they get a big name starting pitcher to really round out that rotation, they're a legitimate threat, even if they don't go out and they get a Xander, a Correa, a Dansby, a Trey Turner, right? Because they have, like TJ said, Gunnar Henderson, who they're using him more in a utility role right now. They're using him as a third baseman, a second baseman, guys like that. When they could just plug him at shortstop and he could be a high caliber shortstop for sure. So I don't know. I don't see the Orioles going out and getting massive names. I see them going out and getting pieces to go along with guys on their team that are going to be massive household names like Adley Rutschman, like Gunnar Henderson, Cedric Mullins hopefully has a better year. Anthony Santander is having a career year, right? Those type of guys. Are there any big name free agents that you see the Yankees getting besides Judge? Iman, I think Iman's on with that. Although Trevino has been really good for them. They might re-sign him, but either way, yeah, I like the idea of a catcher for the Yankees. I think they've been debating whether or not to DFA Aroldis Chapman, and Clay Holmes hasn't been what it is. That's another team that's going to be looking for a closer. What's going on, Braden? Thing is that Judge can write his own paycheck. There's not going to be much money left over. Yeah, for sure. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Chapman did get DFA'd. I thought they were thinking about it. Do I look at Rich Hill flying through batters? Lock Rutschman up early. Yeah, yeah. The Orioles. If the Orioles are smart and they want to spend money on your young kids, man. Build it. Don't do a 3 or 4 year deal contract with Carlos Correa for $37 million a year. No, give Adley Rutschman an 8 year deal with a 10 to 20 million dollar bonus, right? Or per year, right? Why wouldn't you do that? To me, that makes way more sense. Will we get a DH? Nah, I don't think we'll go for a DH. Cora has been adamant about wanting to be a cycle DH. We're talking about talking about Corey's been adamant talking about how he wants to cycle through that DH position, use it more as a day off people's feet. So I think the front office listens to him. Plus, it's one less thing that they have to worry about, right? They have so many holes. I honestly DH probably at the bottom of their list right now. Chapman did get DFA'd. Did I just answer that? I don't think he did. Yeah, he hasn't been fully DFA'd. No. Speaking of Chapman possibly get DFA'd, do I want him? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I want him. Yeah, I don't think I want Chapman. I could see the Yankees with a. Oh, what's up, Edgar? Sorry, I almost went by that one. What's going on, man? Welcome back. I could see Yankees with a Trey Turner bombshell signing. Yeah, I could see that too. O's will lock up Adley and Henderson. You can guarantee that. Yeah, but we've seen him do it in the past where they kind of haven't. Is that Brock Holt there? Let's go, Doogie. Yeah, you missed it, Yanni. Live on stream. With a limited budget, why pay a guy just to hit? Well, I mean, the DH position is really important, especially when you look at dominant Red Sox teams. Come on. Um, but yeah, in a year where we have just so much, when we have so many holes we need to fill, DH is at the bottom of the list. Always have to have an established pitching ace this offseason. Might be Rodon. Yeah, it could be Rodon. Michael Chavis. I'm good with Michael Chavis. We have third base locked up in Devers. You have, hopefully, you have Tristan Casas for a while at first. All right. Braden says, I have the Red Sox getting Rodon, Aaron Judge, Craig Kimbrell, Andrew Chafin, re signing Bogey, and Nate and Waka so that Pavetta can be a spot starter. That would be nuts. Craig Kimbrell's been terrible this year, though. Andrew Chafin might not be. That's not out of the realm of possibilities for sure. I don't see Judge leaving New York personally, but I think, yeah, I think, they'll be in the mix. Isn't Chapman a terrible person off the field? Yes. Add Michael Brantley. Yanni's just gonna say it so many times now that it just happens. Did you hear? My girlfriend just dropped like all of the Tupperware in our house. You hear it? um, Low character guys are never fit in Boston. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But usually they're not a good fit in New York either, and you done pretty well. So, would I like Carlos Rodon in the Red Sox? Well, funny you mentioned that, Edgar. I just released a video yesterday talking about the Red Sox signing Carlos Rodon. So if you're interested in those thoughts, take a look on the channel. Ice Horse was a wild ride. What a rookie year for him. Yeah, that was crazy. The Ice Horse thing was so funny. I loved it. Braden Yardchi. Sounds good, Edgar. But yeah, Andrew Chafin would be a good pickup for the Red Sox, I think. He'd be relatively inexpensive too. The good news with the bullpen, right, is you've got your core guys. You've got Hauk. You've got hopefully Whitlock staying in the bullpen. You've got Schreiber. You've got Barnes, who's been great the second half. You got Cutter Crawford you can stick in there. You start to bring up some of these other guys. Zach Kelly's a good piece, right? So you don't need a ton in the bullpen. You could probably solve the bullpen's problem with $30 million. Truly, truly, you could solve it with $30 million. I think I mentioned it last stream, but Sox probably replace Waka with a cheaper option of Corey Kluber. Yeah, I would like to have both Waka and Kluber. If we're gonna get rid of Evaldi, having Waka and Kluber in there might not be a bad 4-5, you know. If Brantley bring the goat back, if not Ed Brantley bring the goat back, Andrew Benintendi. The Red Sox need a power hitter though. No pressure, but any preliminary thoughts on Evaldi and Waka? So I'm gonna make a video on this tomorrow. Um, but I will say right now, I think everything about the Evaldi Waka debate comes down to the last two starts of this season for Evaldi. What do the Red Sox do? Also, hey Eric, what do the Red Sox do with Franchi, Dahlbeck, and Duran this offseason? They have to try and they have. Although Franchi, I think possibly, um, could possibly be a depth piece for this Red Sox team. Dahlbeck, I think can be good in the majors. I think he just needs to play every day. And by good, I don't mean all-star, super crazy MVP caliber player. I'm talking like serviceable first baseman that gives you like Patrick Wisdom. That's where I'm at with Dahlbeck, and Duran is kind of the same thing. I think he just got messed up mentally here in Boston. I don't think either of them will ever be successful on the Red Sox, so I would try and trade him. I actually was going to make a video on this, Eric, where I was going to go through and talk about possible trades for Dahlbeck and Duran, but I was going to try and go through and get like a pitcher or a relief arm or something like that. It is brutal, the market for Duran and Dahlbeck. Do I think Bayo's a starter next year? Yeah. Yeah. Bayo needs to be a starter next year. It's not a want. He needs to be. Matt Barnes went from rookie to legend difficulty, then down to all-star. Hey, I'll take all-star as long as it's not veteran or rookie. Personally, I try to keep Waka and let Evaldi walk. That seems like the direction the Red Sox are going in. I'll say that. They have been outspoken about wanting Waka back. They have not been outspoken about getting Evaldi back. Do I see Dahlbeck in a trade this offseason? I feel like they have to, yeah. I wouldn't mind them taking a look at Mike Clevenger. He was nasty in Cleveland before his injury. Yeah, but I think the Red Sox this offseason are going to be looking for one, a guy who can keep the ball in the zone, right? Avoid walks. We had such a problem with walks this year. Two, I think they go for guys who can do a bulk inning of work, and getting Mike Clevenger could be interesting because of the fact that he was injured this season. I think Pham has played decently since coming to the team, but I agree with the earlier comment. Sox should try and get a more suitable leadoff hitter. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like Tommy Pham at first. I just don't think like in the long term, especially if you pick up his option, because his option is 2 years, it's not just 1 year. That's going to be a big deciding factor too. Waka, Sale, Pavetta, Kluber, Bayo. See, that to me sounds like a great rotation. Who would I trade this offseason? Man, that's a good question. I think you got to try and get rid of. I mean, you got to try and get rid of Dahlbeck. You got to try and get rid of Duran. I would look into, if you truly want to bolster this rotation, look into trading some of your bigger name prospects. Not all of them are going. Oh, Cassis, what are we doing, dude? How did you get picked off so badly? That was brutal. Oh, that's why he was going to steal. That was tough. All right, that was tough to watch. That was a tough one to watch, chat. Yep, use it as a learning experience. That's true. Um, yeah, yeah. Go for one of your top prospects, right? Trade him away and see if we can get Pablo Lopez from Miami, right? They got great pitching down there, and they aren't going to do anything for a while. So why not go after one of them? Use Bobby D and Duran. Add on a prospect to get Emmanuel Clase. I don't think Cleveland's going to go after them or let him go. Red Sox draft Ben Joyce. What trade value does Bobby and Duran have? Bobby has like none. Duran has a pretty decent amount though. Leadoff is tough. No speed on this team. There was a period of time there where we actually did have decent amount of speed. Trevor Story, Duran, Franchi, Xander's pretty quick. Bob was fast, right? So there was a time where we had it, but none of them made contact enough to the point where they could be a. They could be a fast team. They just never did. Yankees cut off injured Severino. Yeah, see, I was thinking that too, but I don't know. I could see that happening, Severino. Yesterday was funny when we were trying to figure out which terrible pitcher to give the win to. Yeah, Strom ended up getting it somehow. You O's usually play division teams pretty tough. They're just a good team in general this year, Randall. They really are. My friend lives close to Corey Kluber because his wife's from here. So if he plays in Boston, I'll get to meet him. That's awesome. That'll be cool. I would trade Nick York. Seems like an odd man out prospect to me. Yeah, yeah, that's who I was thinking too. Nick York could be on the trading block. I think either one of Blaze or Benelis could be on the trading block, depending on who they want to get, right? Because if they're going to come up together, one of them's not going to be able to fit in, right? You could maybe sell Duran a bit. No, Duran has some upside. I think for sure because there were periods this year where Duran was one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball. For 3 weeks. But then obviously that fizzles out. So you can kind of sell that aspect too. Like, look, he has done it in the major leagues. Like, it's not like he hasn't done it. He just needs to be playing every day, and we can't do that here. So I think you could sell Duran. Hot take: Dahlbeck isn't as bad as everyone says it is. I think the potential with Dahlbeck isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is. Like I said, I don't think Dahlbeck will ever be hitting 270 with 40 home runs. But I think there is a world where Dahlbeck plays every day on a team that doesn't, maybe they don't put as much pressure on their players as we do here in Boston. And Dahlbeck gets, 25, 30 home runs. I can see that. No more injury prone players. That's how you repeat years like this one. Yeah. You can only predict. A lot of the injuries that happened this year were kind of freak injuries too. So go Kike, Judge, Devers, Bogey, Trevor, Verdugo, Casas, Arroyo, McGuire. That is an interesting. Also, Pedro lives in my town too. If he still does, and Tyler Seguin used to. Good lord, man, you must have had the best Halloween candy. Trade Bobby Duran and Downs. I think you have to. Yeah. If the season was only 3 weeks long, Duran for MVP, he would have been in the conversation if it was those 3 weeks. Yes. Oh man, see, this is why I don't love the Tommy fans of fourth outfielder, dude. Oh man, tagged right in the balls. That sucks. Why am I so sore on Maguire? You spelled sore as in high. I don't know if you mean high or low, Eric. And that's not me trying to be a grammar police. I genuinely um don't know what you mean there. Like I don't understand what you mean. I don't know what you mean by sore though. Adley's gonna be really good in years to come. Yeah, Adley's gonna be a beast for a long time. Do we keep Maguire? Yeah, I mean, why not, right? He's still hitting above 350 for the Red Sox, of course. Sox don't have the cash for another top tier player. That's just not true. They have $87 million to play with here, Randall. We've definitely have the cash, and that's just to hit the luxury tax. If they truly want to. Anthony Santander is insane. If that goes out, it doesn't. Okay. I think you meant sour. Oh. Why am I so sour on Hosmer? I'm not sour on Hosmer. I just don't think that he's the future for the Red Sox first base. I mean, why would he? Like look at what Cassis has done in such a short period of time in terms of adjustments. Why would we go back to having Hosmer play every day? It makes no sense. I don't have any issues with Hosmer as a player. I think he's a decent player, but I'm thinking at this point what they'll do is they'll hold on to him this offseason just in case Casas doesn't work out, right? Because there's always that in the back of your head. In case Casas doesn't work out, hey, you've got Eric Hosmer on this bench. Maybe you can send Casas down for a month or two. Yeah, Hosmer is a backup, essentially. Yes. That's where I'm at. That's what I think the best move for Hosmer is. And then by the trade deadline, if Casas is still working out, which I think he will, you trade him because a team will 100% pick up Hosmer just because of the fact that they pay him literally nothing. Do I like Kike resigning with the Sox? Yeah, for sure. Not only does he give Gold Glove defense in center field, he gives you flexibility on the field too. They're keeping Hosmer around because he's a clubhouse guy playing for league minimum. They could have him in a mentor role. Yeah, it's exactly why they got him. Costas had a OPS plus above 100 even when he was hitting like 160. That's bonkers. Yeah, it's because the peripherals are insane. He's got one of the lowest chase rates in baseball. He has way above way higher isolated power than he should for the amount of swings that he's taken. And his BABIP was nuts. Hosmer brought here for nothing and for free and was kind of just the in case Casas, yeah, kind of the just in Casas were good first base. Same thing with Fam. However, Maguire was being genius. Yeah, 100%. The credit goes to Heim on Reese Maguire. The dude has been absolutely nuts for us. Is he still? I think I'm actually at the point now once a day where I'm checking to see if he is. He's still hitting 353 for the Red Sox. So I don't know what they did to fix his swing. He went from hitting 225 in 166 plate appearances with Chicago to 353 with us, probably a little lower now. And he's never really, I mean, he did all right in 2019 and he did pretty well in 2018, but he only played in 13 games. It's weird. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying Hosmer was a terrible pick. I don't know if I'm bringing him back next year. You think you know who takes it next year, Yanni? Who is it? Worked on his plate approach. That makes sense. Yeah, because his swing has always been kind of smooth. I was looking when they first signed him. I was looking at highlights to post a video about it, and his swing looked pretty much identical to what he swings now. But that makes sense that they work. I mean, yeah, 95% of baseball players in the majors who have bad years who have bad years, um, it's because of plate approach. Look at the Red Sox offense before they got hot in June. It was because of their plate approach. The Dodgers scary good, yeah. Randall, I'm gonna screenshot that and put that at the beginning of my video when Xander resigns. Sound good? I'm not kidding either. Got it for the screenshot. Do you think the Red Sox will be contenders this year? Depends on the moves they make this offseason, my man. If they decide that they want to kind of try and run this team back, no, I don't think they'll be contenders. But if they make legitimate moves to strengthen their pitching staff, yes. Yeah, true, Yanni. But um what constitutes a utility player? Because if I think I know that kid on ESPN right now. I think I do. That's weird. Anyways, what constitutes a utility player? Because if Kike Hernandez spends most of his time in center field, but only plays, let's say, 15 games at second base and maybe 10 at shortstop, does that count as utility still? I would like to see Christian Arroyo get a shot at that award. I think Christian Arroyo could win that award. What was that? Almonte might be the goofiest player on the Red Sox in a while. Dodgers are going to sprint past the Sox 108 wins. Yeah. They've said like records for how many wins 100 win seasons they've had in a row. I'd love to see Swanson on the O's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Swanson will be. I think Swanson's. What did Almonte? Almonte just hit a home run. Almonte just hit a home run. Let's go. As I'm pooping on the guy, Abraham Almonte goes yard. What the hell? That's hilarious. All right, I'm in. I'm in on it. Bring him back. Bring back Almonte, starting center fielder. Yeah, it really does happen every time. Yeah. Oh, we got David Ortiz in the booth. Headphones are coming on, chat. Always listen to some David Ortiz. One thing that needs to be mentioned is the Red Sox would have to give up their second and fourth round picks if they sign a qualify offer free agent. You gotta, you gotta, you gotta, like, that can't be your biggest fear, giving up draft picks. If you want to sign legitimate major league talent, you got to be okay with that. Tommy Edman, Jeff McNeil, and Chris Taylor are the only guys I see winning Gold Glove for utility players. Yeah, that's fair. But those are all National League. There's gonna be an American League one too. Every time yeah, sign them. Yep. I know I need an Almonte emoji. But yeah, Eric, I think, obviously that plays into it a little bit, but at the same time, too, you can't be afraid to lose those draft picks to sign major league ready talent, right? Because the odds of those picks working out and becoming crazy players super low. The odds of a guy who's proven himself as a player, a proven MLB player who just came off of arbitration and all that stuff, and now they have a qualifying offer that doesn't happen, and they go to us. There's a much higher chance they work out in Boston than the fourth round pick in the 2024 draft. Brandon, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. I Cannot decipher what that means. Astros and IMAX just gonna start in the world, but when I see Brian Maeda in the major, when will we see Brian Maeda in the majors? He's getting called up. Well, he's not getting called up. He's on the taxi squad for Toronto. I don't think we're probably not going to see him in Toronto, but I think we do see him in 2023. Give up the pick for Arenado. Yeah, I would give up the pick for a lot of people. I really would. You've had some great draft luck, sure. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the big free agents this year are that was a nice catch. Right now, I think we're the 14th. What's up, talking size? Haven't seen you in a while. You too, Johnny. What's going on? Right now we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th pick. We might get the 12th pick if Arizona gets past us. I did miss you talking Red Sox. Big Poppy in the booth right now. I know. I just turned it on. Can't even tank properly. Not a bad spot to be in though. I'll take a 13th pick. Sorry to hear that, Target Sauce. Glad you're back though. Glad you're back. No, don't be sorry, Brandon. I just didn't know what you were saying. I didn't want to, I didn't want to ignore your message. I like to see the O's pick up Severino. Yeah, I could see the Yankees picking him back up though. Yeah, I'm glad you're back talking. Okay, I take these off. It's just hot in this. It doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees outside. This room that I record in is like 150 degrees. It's crazy. This summer was brutal. Next summer I'm gonna have to get a silent fan. I don't know where to get those though. Oh, the Astros game's about to start. Or are they playing tonight? Let me see. I will take a look. Judges in the home run slap. The D backs. Am I gonna be keeping an eye on the judge when he's at bat tonight? Yeah, no. I was keeping an eye on Pujols. I was keeping an eye on Pujols heavy. But I was so done with the judge stuff when we were at the Yankees game. Oh, when we were playing the Yankees. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll be geared up for the offseason. I got my podcast equipment right as I was dealing with that stuff, and I was so mad. I wouldn't even be mad. You might get lucky because this offseason is probably going to be pretty good for content creators because of how much stuff's going to happen with the Red Sox offseason because of all the stuff that they're going to do. You know, regardless of which way Xander Bogaerts go, that's going to be a huge story that we'll probably make 2 or 3 videos about Xander if he leaves. It's on AT&T Sportsnet. Cool. So if anyone wants to watch the Astros take on the D-backs, it is on AT&T Sportsnet. Do you think the 1-2 punch of Ortiz and Ramirez is one of the best in baseball history? Yeah. Yes, I do. I think it might be top 5. And you got Gehrig, Ruth, Maris, Mantle. Trying to think of other ones. Fielder and Braun was a good one. When you see Gilberto Jimenez go crazy, yeah, yeah. There's a ton of Red Sox prospects you get excited about. Edgar and Edwin, that's a good one. Jose and Josh, that's a good one. Everyone in the world acts like Judge hitting 62 is a would be a new record. Tired of it? Yeah, it's crazy. Excited for it. Me and you got to get up and get some stuff out. I'm sure we have lots to discuss. Yeah, man, I'd love to come on your podcast. Any thoughts on the Devers contract value taking his abysmal second half into consideration? Has his price been lowered? Could argue he's yet to top his age 2020 or his age 22 season. Um, I don't think. I mean, it may have lowered it a little bit. I don't think we're talking. I don't think we're talking crazy numbers here. I don't think he went from 35 to 25 million a year, but I mean, it's definitely something they're going to take into consideration for sure. Last year was better than his 2019, his 22 season. His 24 season was really good. And honestly, 25 this year, he had a fantastic. He is the highest OPS plus of his career this year. The only problem is he just hasn't had the home run power that he's had in the past, and it's a lot of it has to do with his hamstring and his back. Right? You fix those, and this year, if he didn't get injured this year, this would have been the best season of his entire career. He has his lowest strikeout numbers this year. Second most doubles of his career this year. Yeah, if he doesn't get injured, he's having a career year this year. So no, I don't think it affects it too much. Drinking game, take a shot whenever Rich Hill grunts. Oh man, you could be blacked out by the end of the first innings. Why wouldn't the Red Sox re-sign Evaldi? I just think there's a lot of question marks around Nate Evaldi being able to perform for a long time. There's too much injury history. When he's been back this year, he hasn't been what we've seen in the past. I think that's concerning a lot of people. And I think that's why the Red Sox have been so hesitant. I hate manufactured storylines like the Judge thing. Ohtani routinely does stuff that hasn't been done in like 10 years, but it gets like no coverage outside of that market. Yeah, it's Ohtani. Well, the Angels are in such a bad like you rarely ever hear about Mike Trout, which is crazy because he's one of the best baseball players ever. It's my favorite MLB player nickname. Is it Tatis? It's El Nino. El Nino. I like that one. I'm learning Spanish, chat. I've decided I'm gonna start learning Spanish. El Nino. By baseball standards, Devers still a kid. Yeah. My only issue is Devers' approach to the plate at times is immature. He needs to stop hacking like he does, or he's gonna have injury problems. He'd be so much better. Um, if he was patient, he's fairly patient at the plate. But again, you're talking about a season where he has the second highest batting average of his career, the highest OPS plus of his career, the lowest strikeout rate of his career, the third most walks in his career in 19 season. So it would be great if he was able to control his swing a little bit more, and maybe you're right about it possibly being injury prone, but this is the first year where he's really dealt with major injuries. So I don't know. I don't think I do not think that his swinging is going to be a huge problem going forward. And if it is, there's always ways to adjust it, right? Just want to beat the Orioles up T5. Devers' injury knocked him off course. Yeah, I still have full faith that Rafael Devers will be a Hall of Fame caliber player. Brian Keller in AAA. And what about the guy who's been compared with Mookie Betts? That is a prospect for the Sox. Yeah, I've said in my videos, I don't love the idea of comparing players, especially when you're talking about a Mookie Betts. Because Mookie Betts is one of the greatest baseball players of our generation. So, the Red Sox organization will never hear the end of him being able to him getting traded away. We'll never hear the end of it. So I don't love that comparison with players. I really don't love players getting compared to everyone, but I think you're talking about Sedane Rafaela, who we'll probably see at some point next year. Lissandro. I'm Dominican, so I know mostly how to say anything in Spanish. Yeah, I live in an area where there's a large Hispanic population, and I never know. Sometimes I can't communicate with people in stores, and I feel terrible about it. Plus, if I ever get to a level with this where I'm interviewing players whose first language is Spanish, I think it'd be more comfortable for them if I was able to speak Spanish. So I'm gonna start. I've started learning Spanish. Starling Marte with Rafael is not a bad one. JBJ, yeah, JBJ was similar when he was in the minor leagues too. Obviously didn't work out, but tungsten arm. Ice Horse, that's not a bad nickname. Obviously, Showtime. Showtime is a really good nickname. Do you guys know? I don't know if you guys listen to Baseball is Dead or watch Baseball Doesn't Exist, but he has a camera on him every single game from Japan that just only focuses on him. That's it. Like whatever he's doing at all times, he's on camera for it. That's nuts. Like, imagine that pressure on you and he's still doing the things he's doing. Crazy. Aaron Judge has a tiny little bit of pressure on him to beat one dude on the Yankees, right? He's not even setting the home run record. He's just hitting 62 home runs to get up into close to the home run record. And he can't do it, right? Shohei Ohtani has a camera following him everything he does. And he's still putting up top five batting numbers and top five pitching numbers. He's an icon in Japan. Yeah, he's like loved in Japan. If you guys don't know Baseball Doesn't Exist, it's a YouTube channel. They put out some of the most interesting baseball videos ever. They're so interesting. It really is. It's a great channel. Foolish baseball, yeah. I gotta start learning Japanese. The Guardians think they will think the Guardians I think will play the Yankees in the ALDS. I'm definitely rooting for them because of Terry and y'all should know the rest. I do think the Guardians could make noises. Yeah, I like yeah. I like watching Terry Francona do well too because this might be his last season. This might genuinely be his last season. So Mayer, York, Crawford, Maeda, and Dahlbeck for Ohtani. I might be in for that. The problem is you got to pay him 50 million a year. That's where I'm a little bit nervous about. Foolish baseball, yeah. Foolish baseball is interesting. I love statistics, right? And I love it's just this is the same kind of thought process I have when I'm talking about the Just Baseball guys. They're newish. They do a podcast. They got TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that. I don't know how well the YouTube's doing, but either way, they're very analytical. And while that is interesting to me, and it's important, I sometimes, in my opinion, statistics are too relied on. Does that make sense? So sometimes it's tough for me to watch YouTube or listen to podcasts that are so analytical. One, because it's kind of hard to follow when you're talking about a guy's, you go through Rafael Devers, you know, um, player value batting, and they're talking about WAR, and they're talking about rep RREP, WAA, RAA, right? You're talking about those stuff. Like they could get deep into that stuff. And at the end of the day, right, if you score runs and you make flashy plays and you help your team win, that's what man. That truly is. And obviously I use statistics too because it is important, but some people it's a lot of statistics. So I do like foolish baseball stuff, but I always take it like I just sort of after it sometimes. Do I like John Boy's media channel? I would say the exact same thing Gord said. I do, yeah, but when the Yankees are doing well now. Bobby Dahlbeck always seems to find a way in the Red Sox roster by opening day or midseason. Yeah, he's always on the roster. What, for the Red Sox not being able to sign more than one top player? Again, we have $87 million, Randall. Get us a couple top players. Right. Let me just let me do that one at a time, Jack. And in like 6 years, maybe I'll have Spanish fully down. A PhD in statistics. Oof, brother. I would last a week. Baseball historians. Yeah, that is a good channel. There are a lot of great channels. Bobby D slander has to stop. No, it's full Bobby D slander on this channel now that Tristan Casas is up. I'm fully on the Tristan Casas train. I'm fully on. I'm the conductor, baby. Actually, no, Casas is the conductor. I'm just sitting in first class, ready for him to take us to the promised land. There are a lot of great baseball YouTubers. There are a ton. Fuzzy was one of my inspirations for making this channel. I'll always credit him for that. Um, can we? Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, the Red Sea community is fully in first class. Name my firstborn after Casas. I, um, what was that? I was about to say something I thought was funny, and I forget. Whatever. I'll remember later. Oh. Is it weird if I call you guys and you guys call each other Red Seat Nation? Is that weird? Is that too close to Red Sox Nation? Or do we need to come up with another name? Bobby did play well at shortstop this year. You're with Red Sea Nation. Red Sea Nation sounds so cool to me, but it's because of the fact that it sounds like Red Sox Nation. Do I play Emily's Show? Yeah, I play Emily's Show way too much. Almonte Nation, I like it. We went from Danish Nation to Almonte Nation. For a while, we were Dahlbeck Nation too. Eric hated that phase. My girlfriend might not like it, but we'll get there. Oh, name my firstborn after Casas. Tristan's not a bad one. Tristan, name your kid Tristan. She'll never know. Casas might be too on the head, but the Soggy Socks boys. Honestly, I like the idea of calling our community the bleachers too. I like that. Which one would you rather do, Chad? Red Seat Nation or the bleachers? Red Sox Victim Support Network. Do I like Giraffe Neck Mark? Yeah, yeah. I used to watch him a lot more than I do now. I honestly I used to watch YouTube a lot more than I do now. I'm just so I'm either making a video or I'm watching a game or I never really have time to watch YouTube anymore. Or I'm playing MLB The Show, which I am a monster at, by the way, chat. I wasn't a monster last year because it was the first year I played on Xbox. This year I'm a monster. I'm a beast. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, chat. Do we do the bleachers or do we do Um, do we do the bleachers or do we do the Red Sea Nation? I miss Sawamura. I do not miss Sawamura. How do you get better at zone hitting? What I do in MLB Show is I start. So if a pitcher's left-handed, I always start with my PCI in the top right-hand corner of the batter's box, right? And I follow with my PCI his hand. And same thing with a righty, right? So he's going to throw it from over here. You're going to start your PCI right here, and you're just going to follow it. So that way, if the slider, you can move it, right? The fastball, you can kind of. That's how I got a little bit better. Um, Ohio State fan, root for Ohio State, and me and Michigan fan got in an argument. We started talking baseball. He's a Tigers fan, and all I had to do was say Game 2 of the 2013 ALCS. That's always a good one. Does Sal Morris still play baseball? Is he back in Japan? I know he waived it and became a free agent. My guess is he did not get picked up by another team. I don't know. I'm frozen. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's playing right now. I think he's looking for opportunities, but I don't think he's playing. Idiot, the idiots. That's a good one too. People might not get that though, Johnny, especially some newer Red Sox fans. Don't lie, we all drop our PCI low in the box, even though the pitch is in the middle. The hardest pitch to hit in MLB Show is a fastball down the middle for sure. We all comfortable with Cassis as next year's starting first baseman. So we were talking about this earlier with Husmer. I think for now I'm okay. Yeah, yeah. So you guys are bringing up his defense. Yeah. Um, you guys are bringing up his defense and how elite it is. That's true, but his approach to at bats is much different than Dahlbeck too. Dahlbeck was, especially when he first came up too, was very make or break, right? Casas is extremely patient. He works counts. He can drive the ball the other way. He's got a very low swinging out of the zone rate, right? All of the peripherals are there to say he's an elite hitter, even if he's not making contact with the ball yet, as efficiently as some may want. Like he already has 2 walks in this game. You know, I think it's a different situation, TJ. But at the same time, too, what's it going to cost you to hang on to Hosmer and have him be a bench bat for the first half of the year and then trade him away at the trade deadline? Quite literally nothing. So you do have that backup in case. Other than the Red Sox, what team do you choose on MLB Show? I don't usually play like just like straight team v team. I do Diamond Dynasty stuff. Band of Unbearded Brothers. That's what I was laughing at earlier. That's a good one. I always liked and rooted for the Red Sox. Even though I'm a Phillies fan, I'm sad they won't be in the postseason this year. Hey, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you guys and Schwarber to get into the postseason, Phillies. Are you nervous at all? Some of us would have to shave for that. I would not. Yeah. It's strange. Yeah. Costas came up here and did not falter from who he is. He's not trying to be anything he's not. He's perfectly okay with taking a walk at the same amount of okay he is as hitting a home run. And that's the makings of a fantastic hitter. Ah, nothing matters unless we replace trainers. Can't start people if they keep getting hurt. Yeah, you're not wrong. This is the second time Story's gone on the IL where they've been like, it's nothing, and then he's out for so long. I'm kind of nervous knowing how pitching can sometimes melt down unexpectedly, but I think we have the talent to win a 3-game wild card series. Yeah, I think you guys do for sure. Are you nervous you guys aren't going to make it with the Brewers right behind you? I don't think getting hit in the hands by fastballs. No. I'm not saying his injury is a trainer issue. I'm saying his diagnosis. Right? They had him do a rehab start with a fracture in his hand because they didn't get it. They didn't catch it, and that to me is concerning for sure. Who's winning the Gold Glove award for the American League? Oh, geez, that's a lot of people. Second base, Andres Jimenez. Third base, Chapman. Um, Catcher, man, who's good? Is Kirk good defensively? I don't know. Center field, dude. Yeah, you got. I gotta look it up. Who are my top 3 players in MLB The Show right now? Um, right now, my best 3 players are the finest Jimmy Rollins, um, the new 99 Ray Durham, and Mookie Betts, the monthly awards. Those are the 3 that I hit the best with. You don't think the Brewers catch up? Interesting. I mean, they made it interesting. I'll give them that. I agree. I think the Brewers won't end up in the postseason, but I think they make it real interesting. Who do you think winning the silver? Who do I think is winning the Silver Slugger award? Well, they do a Silver Slugger at every position. I could try and go through every position, but I think Xander wins it for shortstop. I don't know who would win it for third base in the American League. Oh, duh. Jose Ramirez wins it for third base. Catcher, I think Alejandro Kirk. Second base in between Altuve and Jimenez. First base, Vlad hasn't been that good this year. Rizzo might be up for that one. Right field, Aaron Judge. He could also be center field, though. I don't know. Silver Sluggers Almonte, all 9 positions. Nick Punto. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Why don't either that's a joke or Almonte Gold Glove center fielder. Almonte might be the worst center fielder we put out there defensively this year. Nick Punto. Nick Punto. Last played in 2014. Second baseman. Played 1 year for the 2012 Boston Red Sox. A half year. You said that name and I was like, God, that's familiar. And so I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. I think Duran should win Gold Glove for center field. I just want to watch the world burn. If Kike wasn't hurt this whole year, um, he might do it. He's part of that big trade, Corbin. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's hard for me to remember everything. They give Almonte a Golden Glove, then the system is rigged. Career OPS plus for Nick Punto, 14 years, 76. He had a negative 9 OPS. What do you have to do to get a negative 9 OPS plus? Jeez. The first big deal with the Dodgers, that one where we got Agon and we sent Agon there. Agon and Beckett, right? Only one platinum glove in each league. Who gets the platinum glove this year, Chad? Who's been that good? Yeah, it was the first time the Dodgers bailed us out. Yeah, okay. Now I remember. Almonte getting the platinum glove this year, chat. Who's better in center field? All of us playing in center field at the same time or Almonte? How many people do we have in chat? We got 15. So 15 of us in center field or Abraham Almonte. Yeah, I got to say my money's on Almonte. I got to say my money is on Almonte. Oh, now we got 16. Nope. We're beating them with 16. 15 Almonte. Yeah. Oh yeah. Story wins a Gold Glove for sure. If he's healthy the full year. Kike wins a Gold Glove, maybe. I'm trying to think of other really good defensive center fielders. Is it George Springer, center field, right? He's made some crazy plays this year. He could be up for a Gold Glove. Rich Hill, by the way, is dealing tonight, chat. Excuse me. This is the first time he hasn't been lit up in a while. Although he's already at 74 pitches. All right, I forgot I can do. I always forget I can do this, chat. So now I can lean back. 16 is a different story. Then we could build a human ladder to rob homers over the monster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 15, you're a little bit short, but 16? Hey, congrats on 2K subs. Thanks, TJ. I appreciate it. Thank you. You've been here a while, TJ. So I appreciate you. Rich Hill, obviously, I appreciate everyone who subscribes to me, but I'm just pointing that out. Rich Hill randomly paints a master class every now and then. He really does. What was that game? Was it against Tampa where he just absolutely dominated with 11 strikeouts? Yeah. Rich Hill's been better in the second half. He's had some good outings in the second half for sure. Almonte next season in center field or JBJ? Man, that's a tough question. I think I'm gonna go Almonte. Thanks, Edgar. Thank you. Rich, you're almost out of it. Oh, that was a foul ball. I thought that wrapped around the pole. They're gonna show a replay of that. I could have sworn that went around the pole. What the heck? Nesson loves showing this clip. I hate this clip of Rich Hill replacing the bases. Like, dude, it's 3 inches. Relax. I get you've been in the game since ground rule doubles were home runs, but geez, dude, baseball's got to evolve. I want Grady Sizemore in center field next year. Not Grady Sizemore, literally Grady from his time here. That'd be awesome. Grady Sizemore. I forgot. What did he play? 1 season with the Red Sox? Grady only played 11 seasons in the bigs. I feel like he could have. Oh, he was traded. I didn't realize that. I don't remember Grady Sizemore at all. At all on the Red Sox. 216 batting average, 71 OPS plus, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. Yikes. I'll remember that, Jack. When I do become Emperor of Humanity, I will remember that. Doesn't feel more than likely that Bloom makes a trade for an outfield bat with some pop. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Grady had such a potential there to be one of the great center fielders. He really did. But, that from 2005 to 2008, he was one of the game's best center fielder. Led the league in doubles, led the league in runs, led the league in games and appearances. He played a full season, did not miss a game in 2007 or 2006. 290 that year, had an OPS plus of 133, and then just went downhill. 2010, 58 OPS plus, ended with a 115 OPS plus. Played for the Rays at one point and the Phillies. Interesting. Grady had 2 seasons on the Red Sox? I'm insane. No, he only had 1 season. Okay. Shows what injuries can do? Yeah, it sucked. Sucked. Because Grady really could have been one of the best. No, not like the best center fielder ever, but a Hall of Fame center fielder. I'd like to see the O's trade for your Urquidy from Houston. That would be a crazy trade. Ricky Henderson, yeah. No, Cora in general, I would say is like 85% this year on correct bullpen moves. A lot of it's just been underperformance. A lot of it has been. Ricky Henderson was not Jacoby Ellsbury replacement. Grady Sizemore was, right? Is that who you're talking about? Sizemore, yeah. I was about to be like, what? What year did he play for the Red Sox? 2002. Ricky Henderson was on the Red Sox. How many stolen bases did he have? He only had 8. I mean, he only played in 73 games, so that makes sense. How's Vasquez been doing? I don't know. Yes, I'm an O's fan, but I like to keep up. Really enjoy your show. Great job. Thanks, Randall. It really does mean a lot to me when people from other teams enjoy my show. It really does. He's hitting 247 with Houston in 93 plate appearances, couple RBIs, a lot of singles, no home runs yet. The Orioles have money. The Orioles have had money for a while. They just have been building up. Do I think the Yankees win their division series against the Mariners or Guardians? Uh, I don't know. The Yankees bullpen would be what concerns me. They're literally thinking about DFAing their highly paid, supposed to be closer. Clay Holmes hasn't been the same since Alex Verdugo walked him off. I would be nervous about that. So I don't know. I think the Mariners have a better chance at defeating the Yankees than the Guardians do, in my opinion. Reading between the lines, Cora wants Vasquez back, but it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. No. Yeah, I don't think we bring Vasquez back. It sucks, but yeah, I don't think we do. Although to be honest with you, Wong's kind of deteriorating a little bit. He's getting down to the close to the 200 territory. He's only hitting a little bit better than he's only hitting a little bit better than Pilecki did when he was here. So that's something to consider too. Obviously, he's better defensively, but Vasquez was right in that area defensively with Wong and was hitting better. So I don't know. Would I re-sign Matt Strom only if he wants to be a reliever? He's talked about wanting to be a starting pitcher. In that case, no. I'm glad they at least sent Vasquez to a good team. Yeah, that'd be cool. A super ambitious Jack. I don't think Matt Strom would be a very good starter, to be honest with you. I think he can be a well above average reliever. I don't think he'd be a very good starter. So do I remember David Ross? Of course I remember David Ross. The father of the 2013 World Series. I hope the Yankees get swept in the first round. Dodgers give Judge half a bill, and Brian Cashman's house is destroyed by Ian. I'm in. Do I think the Red Sox should trade for Max Stassi? I do not think the Red Sox should trade for Max Stassi. Let me just to make sure. I want to take a look at his statistics. And baseball reference just gets slower and slower when I use it during a game. It makes no sense. Yeah, no. He's hitting 182 for the Dodgers this year with 8 home runs. I really hope they don't trade for Max Stassi, honestly. Good thought, though. You looking for a power type bat guy? Tommy Edman would be a great leadoff fit for this team, yeah, but he just doesn't have anywhere to go, Rev. You'd rather have Renfro back? Yeah, I don't think we're getting Renfro back. Although, what's Renfro's contract? There's a possibility. And this game's going by relatively quickly, Chad. It's 8:40. It's already the top of the sixth. Could easily stick Tommy Edman in the outfield. Yeah, I could guess. I mean, you don't really have a choice once he gets here. I wouldn't hate that. Yeah, he'd be a great leadoff hitter. We're missing a leadoff hitter right now. Hunter Renfro trade was a mess. Judge won't go to the Dodgers. I still heard he has nightmares of the Brock Holt cycle in Game 3. I mean, hey, you can't beat him, join him. That baby Tommy. Little double. Okay, we've all heard the rumor that Renfro literally had his bags packed ahead of the wild card last year. That's a big reason why he was traded. Have you got any insight into that? What I do know about Hunter Renfro is he was very quiet in the locker room. Like he was friends with the guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say he was a bad locker room guy. He was very quiet, and I think when he was interviewed about his bags being packed, um, he essentially was saying that like, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be here next year. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be here. And it's weird because after that story came out too, he did not do well in the postseason. It's like he didn't want to be on the team. So I wonder if you're right, Jack. I don't know the full backstory, so I can't give you guys too much insight into that situation. I can just tell you what I remember from reading and hearing about. Um, so there, in my opinion, there was something going on. The fact that he had his bags packed before the wild card game, the fact that he did not hit, he was on an absolute tear with this team, and then all of a sudden he doesn't show up in the postseason, and then he's gone before the lockout happens. It wasn't like this was a trade, right? So it's like there's something happened there that didn't um that just simply the team and him didn't align on. And in my opinion, that's what ended up him getting traded. And the Red Sox, and we'll probably never hear about that because I don't think Heim Bloom or Hunter Renfro are the type of guys to be like, yeah, either Heim Bloom wanted out, or either Hunter Renfro wanted out, or Heim Bloom hated him and told him that, and he kind of knew it, right? So that's kind of what ended up, in my opinion, that's what ended up happening with Hunter Renfro, and that's why he ended up getting traded. To answer Jake from Farm State, that's a good name, by the way. What Heim wanted out of the Renfro trade was prospects. The JBJ stuff was mostly, hey, we want these two highly touted prospects in your system. Let's take on the JBJ contracts so we can get those guys. In 2013, we will be last place in the AL East. That is wildly in the future. Cora wouldn't hate anyone. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what happened between Hunter Renfro and this team, but it obviously led to him being traded. So, what pitches would you want to hear? Oh, would you want here during the offseason? I'd love the Red Sox to look at Carlos Rodon, Chris Bassett, Corey Kluber. Take a look at Edwin Diaz. Give me a couple of bullpen arms, Fulmer. So yeah, there are a lot of pitchers I would like to take them to take a look at. I always thought the Erod leaving was part of a deeper interpersonal issues as well, speculating, but he never seemed to get along with Cora. From what I heard from Cora, at least in interviews, and from Cora and Erod in interviews, was they were actually pretty close, but Cora and him had almost like a um, I wouldn't say father son's kind of weird. I would almost say like brother relationship where they would fight all the time, but it was out of respect for each other. At the end of the day, they loved each other. So I don't know if there was two. I think the Detroit gave him a better deal. I think that's what it boils down to. Give me all of Edwin Diaz. Give me the trumpets. I do think that the Mets have made so much money off of the trumpets this year. I'd be shocked. I was at the Cub game last week. I had a chance to give first base coach Mike Napoli a shout out. I shout how much I. That's awesome, Iman. Did he hear it? That's hilarious. I feel like that happens to him all the time in Chicago. I would say Kike and Xander are in there too. T5. Did you hear about the Xander? That's some good news. Are you talking about the interview he did where he talked about how he thinks that him and the Red Sox will be able to come to an agreement? Then yeah, I did see that. It's also kind of interesting that he hasn't officially said he's opting out yet, which doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, it's clear that he's going to opt out, right? Everyone's been assuming that since the beginning of this year. So I don't understand why you don't just be honest about that. And maybe that's something that's holding up these negotiations. Gave you the thumbs up. That's awesome, Iman. I would love to sit down like Napoli one day. I would. Yeah, he did say he hasn't decided if he's opting out, but I just don't understand why he would say that when it's pretty clear he's opting out. Everything he's talked about this offseason, this entire season, has been along the assumption that he's going to opt out. So why not just say that and let's get the ball rolling? Because that could be something that's stalling negotiations. But if you couldn't pay Mookie 300 million, why pay Xander? I like Bogey. I'm just curious. Because Bogey's not going to get a $3 million, $300 million contract. Yeah, no. Bogey's not going to be in the $300 million range. He's not going to get 10 years, $300 million. He'll probably be around the. He could do 6 years, 180, 6 years, 160, somewhere around there. I could see, but Trevor also said he wants to play with. I mean, how many people on this team have to say they want to play with him long term, right? You had Chris Sale say he wants to play with him long term. Alex Verdugo say he wants to play with him for long term. Rafael Devers, who's about to be in the midst of a huge contract negotiation, say he wants to play with him for a long time. Right? You've so many people saying we want Xander here on this team. Why? Like, how many more people need to say that? I agree, Jake from Farm State. Mookie wouldn't have stayed here for 500 million. He wanted to go. Mookie said outright. Mookie said outright if the Red Sox didn't trade him, he would have taken that offer. He said, yeah, he flat out said that in an interview. Hold on, chat. So the narrative that he wanted to leave isn't true. He didn't after you get traded to the Dodgers. Yeah, I don't know. So hey, Griffin. Oh boy, Griffin's about to tear me up. Here we go. After Judge arrives in Boston, Xander will definitely resign. Let's see it. You respawned. Yeah, you are back. I haven't seen you in a while, Griffin. Well, we've been talking, but I haven't seen you on the live stream in a while. Assuming JD Martinez and Pham are gone, who replaces him? I don't think the Red Sox go for a straight DH in the offseason. I think Ref Snyder kind of takes over that fourth outfield role. And then I think a guy like Mitch Haniger could be a decent outfield option. Obviously, people want Aaron Judge. I don't know if Aaron Judge, my internet's being terribly slow. Let me get rid of some of these. Hold on, chat. Yeah, I agree, man. You were there, Griffin? You were at the games? That's crazy, man. You've been doing so much cool things lately. Good Lord. You're meeting all sorts of content creators, baseball analysts. You are living the life lately, Griffin. Hey, baby Almonte making a catch, huh? What do you mean? What's my to be at? Any World Series to be at? I was there to watch us lose dramatically every time. You know what I said after the end of the Yankees series? At least we didn't get blown out. Like they were decent games to watch. Oh, I mean, it could be worse. Oh, well, what's my dream World Series? I see. Um, I would love to see a Dodge or like this year, Wolf. Like who would I love to see in this year's World Series? You go Cardinals, Guardians. That's a good one. Um, I would like to see. Rich Hill is dealing right now. How many strikeouts do you have? You went to all the 2018 World Series games? That's crazy. Mets, Yankees would blow the world up. Yeah. I would like to see the Braves and the Mariners. I think that'd be a fun one to watch. But anyways, Eric, yeah, I think Mitch Haniger kind of fits that well, where you get the where you kind of get the power in the lineup with Mitch Haniger, and you also get some outfield, right? You can play some outfield. Mets Mariners would be interesting, yeah. What's up, Yankees fan? Haniger is in your offseason agenda. Interesting. We've been on the same page for a couple of things here, Griffin, which makes me feel good. Let's check out what outfielders we got. Obviously, Aaron Judge. We all know that, so let's just not even talk about it. Michael Brantley. Shout out Yanni. Will Myers, no. AJ Pollock, he's got a player option. I don't know if he opts out. I would be interested in AJ Pollock for a short-term deal. Joey Gallo, no, probably not. Kiermaier, God, no. Adam Duvall, Benintendi, that would be an interesting one. Jock Peterson, that wouldn't be a bad pickup. Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo is a pretty much a pure leadoff hitter. We've been missing that for a while. Yeah, I think that's where my list ends. Benny for under 10 million, sure. Yeah, I don't think he'll be under 10 million. Trade for Joey Meneses. What's up, Matrix? Benintendi isn't worth it? I don't think so either. I mean, I love Doogie, but that would be essentially 2 Doogies in the outfield, and we need a little bit, we need a little bit more, oomph from our outfielders. Hurricane party. Guys, is there anyone in Florida right now? Conforto on a cheap minors deal? I think he'll get hit. If we probably could offer him that, but I think he gets picked up by someone. I love Nimmo, but my roster is constructed with too many left-handed batters. Interesting. How about 3 Doogies? Oh, wait a second. 2 is a problem. 3 is a party. I'm interested. I'm interested in 3 Doogies. Yeah, I like Nimmo. I really do like Mitch Haniger. What's Mitch Haniger doing this year though? I could say this and then I could be like, yeah, I love Mitch Haniger. Dude's hitting like 210 or something. Yeah, Hunter Renfro isn't a free agent until 2024. Getting a left-handed hitting catcher isn't too bad. Well, funny you say that. Funny you say that because Reese McGuire's hitting 353 with the Red Sox right now into the left-handed catcher. I don't know what Conforto turned down. Haniger's been hurt a lot of the year, huh? Yeah, he's been hurt a lot of the year. So the 2022 is a little bit of a tough season to judge him on, but look at 39 home runs last year, 15 the year before, 26, 16. Mitch Haniger lost his legacy. What do you mean? Is Reese locked up? Yeah, Reese is still under arbitration. Doogie just got all of that. Get out. Let's go, Doogie. Wrap one around the pole at a baby. I would love to see Verdugo add some power to his thing. But let's go, Doogie. Little home run cards for the kids, huh? Little home run card for the kid. No, not now. Conforto isn't worth it. Let's go, Doogie. That was inside too. Wow. He got a round on that. I wonder if they talked to him about hustling because there was a period there during the year where he was just sort of strutting down the line. Now, the second he makes contact, the dude is off. Verdugo, Red Sox. I forgot. Griffin. Now that you're JD. Oh, man. I'm loving these JD home runs now. I'm all in on JD home runs now. Griffin, I forgot. You're above us now. You've met much bigger creators than me in this community, huh? Just messing with you, Griffin. Forgot you're too highbrow for this society now, Griffin. If we had 3 Doogies as an all Doogie outfield, I'm in. I'm in now. I'm in on an all Doogie outfield. They proved me wrong here. Do I get a red seat for free now? You get me a job at DraftKings, then we can then I'll give you a red seat for free. I will personally pay for your red seat. If Wong can serve as a utility player, maybe we can add catcher to back up McGuire. Yeah. Yeah, Wong, yeah. I think oh. Yanni, that went right over my head for the longest time. Oh, for a long time. Um, let's get 4 doogies, make 1 play first. Yeah, now I remember what you're talking about, Yanni, but I was like, yeah, I guess Verdugo's pitch was kind of towards his nuts. Wong is in the elite percentile defensively. Yeah, no, Wong's incredible defensively. Yeah. But my question is right now he has, he's had some good moments to play this year, but he's hitting around what Plawecki was hitting when he was our backup catcher. So does Wong have the ability to be a starting catcher here? Wong is projected to be 240, 280. Give him a season. No, no, no. Yeah, like I said, I'm not fully out on Connor Wong by any means. Um, but I'll be interested to see if the Red Sox want to do um if they want to do the tandem back there, if they want to go after a Wilson Contreras, Sean Murphy, getting Christian Vasquez back, you know what I mean? Like that's where my kind of head is at. I still think there's some value for sure in Connor Wong, but I don't know if he's an everyday catcher. God, excuse me. I don't know what's going on. Let's go all in and have 9 doogies and an all doogie team who's in. I'm in. I would love it all. That'd be the sassiest team in all of baseball. Nah, Matrix. They signed Kike to be center field for sure. Why would you pay money to get Kike out of the outfield? He's an elite outfielder. Wong has no power. Didn't he hit like 9 home runs in 16 games? Wong is a burner. Yeah, he does. He does have wheels, Eric. Worst defensive center fielder I've seen. Huh, Matrix? Have you been watching these games? That's just simply not true. Like that's just wrong. Duran's the future. Unfortunately, I don't know if Duran is the future. It's Almonte. True. Okay. Kike Hernandez is 81st percentile and outs above average, meaning he is 80% above the average player in baseball at getting on outs above average. His outfield jump rate is 98th percentile. 98th percentile. That's insanity. That means only 2% of the league is better at getting jumps on baseballs than Kike Hernandez. Ref Snyder probably the backup outfielder. True. Wong in the Worcester. Yeah, Wong was the Worcester MVP. Yeah. Wong is power over contact according to Sox prospects. Interesting. What is Almonte's percentile? I don't think he's done enough. I'm crazy. No, dude. I'm just reading statistics. What's up, Grandstand? I'm just reading statistics here, Matrix. I'm not trying to argue personal opinion here. I'm telling you what his statistics on the field are. Love Sus prospects, but not all of it is right. Same with MLB Pipeline. I like looking at MLB Pipeline Sox prospects much better. I try to combine both is what I do. Um, I try to combine both and sort of find the in between there when I'm talking about guys because you're right that Sox prospects has a certain way of thinking about certain prospects. MLB pipeline is a certain way, so you kind of have to combine it and see if you can find that middle ground. What's up, East West? When Kike sticks out his tongue after a catch, it adds at least 2 percentage points. True. I think the World Series will be Dodgers versus Houston. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat either of those teams. Kike can't hit either. Kike. What is that Almonte? What is Almonte doing? Almonte's a switch hitter. Ay, ay, ay. Statistics is meaningless. Kike is nothing compared to Almonte. The chat has spoken. Almonte resigned. Now I know he's a switch hitter. I'm in. Just look at your list. I could just look at your list. There's no way Almonte. Yeah, I didn't know Almonte was a switch hitter either. He just keeps getting better and better, chat. Look at the versatility Almonte has. It's insanity. Yeah. Yeah. Last night was brutal. Was last night? No, no. The first game in this series was the one that was rained out. What's going on, Phil? Where'd Grandstand go? Give him the C. the only the only percentile rankings Abraham Almonte has on MLB Baseball Savant is he's in the 12th percentile in sprint speed. That's it. Oh man, does his percentile show up on here? No. Oh, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. He's a burner, true. Thoughts on bringing back Renfro? Yeah, I wouldn't hate bringing back Renfro. Was kind of exactly what we need, you know. It really is. He really is exactly what we need. The only problem is he's not an unrestricted free agent until 2024. So we got to at least get through next year without him, unless we want to trade back for him. Which I don't know. You're probably gonna have to give up way more than what you traded him away for. So we gotta at least go another route for a little bit until he at least hits free agency. But yeah, Hunter Renfro would kind of be exactly what we're looking for going into next season, to be honest with you. Why am I a Red Sox fan? Zach, I'm a Red Sox fan because it's kind of in my blood to be a Red Sox fan, honestly. Oh, that would have been so funny if he beat something out after that would have been so funny if he beat something out after I was making fun of his sprint speed. Yeah, I was born as a Red Sox fan. Some of my earliest memories are watching the 2003 where they got walked off by Aaron Boone, and then the 2004 World Series. So I was always just enthralled with baseball, and the Red Sox were always a part of that. Am I a fan of the new playoff format? I don't hate it. One thing I don't like is that the 3-game series is all at one place. I wish they did, 2 games there, 1 game somewhere else. I guess it's a travel thing, and it makes a lot of sense that they don't do that. But I love the idea of that 1-game playoff format to get into the postseason. Oh, that was some of the most electric games you saw all year. Now you're kind of getting rid of that a little bit. He goes out there with a glove on each hand. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I messed with Almonte. Yes, I will have. I will have a Almonte video out tomorrow. Where did I get my defensive statistics? I looked on Baseball Savant for his outs above average and his jump rate. And then I like to go on Baseball Reference and I look at his defensive run save. So like Kike, I hate that I have to spell Enrique Hernandez every time. An official Almonte day. Let me see what Kike looks like on the field according to Baseball Reference. Yeah, he has 14 defensive runs saved this year. That's disgusting. That's an insane amount of defensive runs saved. Ridiculous. Shortstop, he has 2 defensive runs saved. Oh, no, wait, that was last year. This year, he has 2 defensive runs saved, but he's also played a lot less, so. Yeah, I usually get him from Savant, and then I look at Baseball Reference. Eric, in case you were wondering. I have not seen Almonte at third base. Apparently, he can play a mean third base. He must be able to. The team with the better record has home field in the wild card? Yeah. I think 3 game sets should be at a neutral field, aka Cleveland, Seattle plays in Baltimore. Yeah, that's not terrible at all either. I wouldn't be. I'd be down for that too. I just think it's too much of an advantage for 3 straight games. 3 straight games. That's crazy. Like that, like the whoever goes into Toronto, like going into Toronto versus going into Tampa, that's 2 completely different games. Obviously, in a 7 game series, you get to go to both, and you play at least 2 games in your home at your home field. It's ridiculous. Um, let's see where we're at here. What number is Almonte? I'm always too focused on his hips. I have absolutely no idea, but the fact that you're always focused on his hips is very funny. Judge hit 61. No way. Judge did. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Judge hit 61 home runs. Wow. Good for Judge. Still didn't break a home run record or anything, but good for him. Chad, you think I'll get banned if I put the audio on here? I feel like no, right? Interesting. The Maris family. I wish I could show it, Chad. I think I would get banned, but either way. Sorry, Grandstand. We got a little distracted here. Why don't you think Judge will be a Red Sox? We watched your video Sunday, and you have sold our take. Um, the main reason I don't think the main reason I don't think Aaron Judge will be a Red Sox is because I think the Yankees are not going to want to let him go. I think that what he's doing for this team in this city this year, they let him go. It's a mutiny, right? It's an absolute disaster in New York. And I think that's the main reason they're not going to let him go. Two, I think I don't know if the Red Sox are looking at it from a long-term standpoint, right? The only way, in my opinion, that Aaron Judge is coming to the Red Sox is a shorter term, more average annual value deal. That's the only way. The Red Sox have the money, yes, 100%. They could give out the 10-year, $350 million contract if they wanted to, right? But you got to look at his injury history. You look at his sort of trajectory throughout the rest of his career as where he's at now, right? I don't see it as the perfect fit for the Red Sox. And one of the reasons Heim Bloom was brought in here was to spend money in the right ways. Also, yeah, that does suck, Griffin, that you didn't hit it while you were in right field. Again, Judge is the game's best player right now. Besides Shohei Ohtani, who will always be the game's best player. But this year, Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. So obviously, it's not like you're wasting your money by getting Aaron Judge. I just think when you're thinking in terms of Zach Hempel caught that ball. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, jeez, Jack, don't scare me like that. I just don't. Well, I don't know. Rev, I missed what you said. Judge, yeah, Judge. I mean, Judge seems to not want to be on the Yankees, but at the same time, too, someone put in the chat a little bit ago, um, a little bit ago that he was wearing a shirt, you know, he was wearing a shirt that said New York or nowhere. So I don't know. He seems to want out of the Bronx, and he doesn't seem to want out of the Bronx. I think what he's doing at the end of the day is trying to work himself into a bigger contract for the Yankees. I don't know. So spending money on Judge wouldn't be the right thing. That's kind of what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Um, Starting the Almonte fan page, I'm in. Um, that it's not that spending the money on Judge isn't worth it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in terms of what the Red Sox are looking for this off season, especially with the way the trajectory of this team has been going so far. Um, yeah, clip. We're talking about it right now. That's exactly what he's doing, Griffin. Yes, he's marketing himself 100%. Um, and again, if Aaron Judge, if what November 8th or 9th, whenever free agency opens up, signs a deal with the Red Sox, obviously I'm gonna be excited. He had a historically good season, the best OPS in September in baseball history, right? Like I'm not gonna be mad at that at all. I'm just saying if I am the front office right now, I'm looking at I have this crap load of money to spend. We have a top 5 hitter in baseball when fully healthy, about to go into free agency next year. We've got our team captain and the best offensive shortstop in baseball going into free agency this year. You're missing 3 rotational spots. You had the 6th worst rotation in baseball this year, all in all, right? You have a bullpen that simply blows games. You were top 10 in blown games, right? So you have to allocate that money and getting only Aaron Judge as opposed to, hey, let's go and let's get an ace caliber pitcher and a 5th rotation guy. Let's get a back end of the bullpen type piece. Let's resign Xander and let's get Devers extended. And hey, look at this. We got a couple million left over. Let's go grab a power hitting outfielder. Right? That's where I'm at when I'm talking about Aaron Judge. But again, if the Red Sox are like, you know what, we're gonna run it with Evaldi. We got him on a short-term deal. We're gonna run it with Waka. Bayo's gonna turn into a 3 or 4 hole starter. So maybe we put Pavetta at 5, Valdi at 4, Waka at 2, have Sale be healthy, and put Bayo right in the middle. Maybe that fixes things. But at the same time, I just think the allocation of money instead of um, instead of just going to Aaron Judge. Hill is smoking the O's. Yeah, Hill is absolutely torching the O's right now. You would still have more money with that theory. So hypothetically, if you had $87 million, right? You give Xander Bogaerts, let's say you give him $27 million this year. Okay, fine. So now you're down to what, $60 million? Um, let's get Judge on a $35 million a year salary for 8 years. Okay, so now you're down to $25 million after that. You sign Evaldi. We have over $120 million. I thought that was debunked. Someone said that on Twitter, and that kind of got broken down into $87 million, Griff. Is that true? Is $120 million next season? I can't remember the actual breakdown, Griffin. Red Sox Stats was the guy who responded to him. We don't need Judge. We got Almonte. We have 120. What do I even look at? What do I even look up here? What do I even look up to find that? Red Sox Stats has me blocked. Me and Red Sox Stats got into it a little bit too, actually. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I did my calculations wrong. So we got what? So the total salary next year, you have 147 million. Okay, I got 134 million here. Either way, you've got a lot of money. Well, now I'm in on Aaron Judge. Now I'm in on Aaron Judge. White Sox should go after Judge. They have so many tradable pieces, and none of them are irreplaceable. Yeah, I got. He doesn't like me. Stats doesn't like me because he tweeted out that the Red Sox need to sign Correa and move on from Xander. And I said Xander's going to have a better season. And in case you don't know it, Carlos Correa would not be good for the Boston Red Sox. And guess who was right? I'm looking at total with deferred, retained, and active payroll 134 million. Sign Judge short term. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't hate that at all. Why not sign both Judge and Ohtani? I'm in. Even though Shohei's got another year of arbitration. Yeah, stats can be that isn't figuring. Thank you, Eric. That must be it. Our player salaries. That makes sense. Yes, this one's saying we got 138 million before arbitration. Maybe I should talk to Red Sox stats. Yeah, stats like got mad at me because I said the Red Sox shouldn't sign Carlos Correa, and look at the seasons Carlos Correa has compared to the seasons Anders had. Yeah, if the Red Sox can get if the Red Sox can get Aaron Judge, you're decimating the New York Yankees. You truly are decimating the New York Yankees. My buddy's a Blue Jays fan. Although I don't he should don't complain about this. Yeah, my buddy's a my buddy's a Blue Jays fan. He texts us, of course it's us. Like, dude, I don't want to hear it this season. The rumor I heard the other day is that Elon Musk and John Henry are going to meet with Judge and takes off from $6 million. You heard it here first. I'm in. That is a huge opportunity for him. I mean, this is the biggest opportunity he's had in a while. Who is Red Sox stats? He's like a really famous Twitter account. He's like a really famous Twitter account. He does like a lot of statistics for the Red Sox. Not like for the actual team, but on Twitter. If Xander walks, who do I want at shortstop? Assuming Trev stays at second. Oh, Caleb Ward just gave up a bomb. You added stats to the BR feed. Interesting. Carabas is on the BR feed. That's actually hilarious. Wait, their tweets come up on the feed? Um Trevor Story will stay at second base, 100%. They didn't get him to be a shortstop. They didn't. Um if Xander walks, who do you want a shortstop? I don't know. I don't want a plan B. I want Xander. I don't want a plan B. I don't. I don't want to play him B. If I had to choose, I'd go Dansby just because I think he'd be cheaper. Or we could do stopgap, right, and hope that our prospects get better. Kike at shortstop if Bogey walks. That's not bad. Oh, look, Arroyo's in the game. Is he at where is he? Second base? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not moving Story. Story came here to be a second baseman. They don't like his arm at shortstop. Meanwhile, bullpen continued. Yeah, you gave up a tank. The thing I want to like Heim Bloom, hopefully I can after this offseason. He seems like a guy. I think Heim Bloom will do too much. Stopgap should be Bloom's middle name at this point. Baseball America stats. Replace Heim with Almonte. I'm in. Almonte will turn this team around. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, Heim needs to address pitching for sure. Misa the Cat says Bogart's gonna be in pinstripes next year. Eric. Mountcastle struck out. This is the guy that guys, by the way, this is Dennis Eckersley's last game calling the Red Sox. Yeah, Peraza's the Yankees shortstop. I don't think the Yankees go after a big shortstop this year. Connor Falefa has been giving them decent production. Yeah, I don't think the Red Sox or the Yankees go after a huge shortstop. Yeah, Donaldson will get the boot for sure. What's a sad moment in history, Jack? Sounds like Misty needs to take a little trip to the vet. Yeah, we'll get her fixed up right away. Can't have her talking to Eric in the first place, but especially can't have her slander Xander Bogaerts. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, never mind, Jack. I got it. I sorry, I'm having 100 conversations at once. I agree, Johnny. R.I.P. Eck. Well, he's not dead, but yes, I agree. No, yeah, I'm gonna miss Eck a lot, a lot. I loved listening to Dennis Eckersley, man. Yukon Monaco. I need Yukon Monaco. Pair of shoes. I loved when he said pair of shoes, Johnny. I can't believe this is Eckersley last one. True, Almonte. We could get Almonte in the booth next season. I think low key. I think low key. Brock Holt. Shh, chat. This isn't confirmed yet, but I have a little sneaking suspicion that Brock Holt will be in the booth a little bit next year. That's all I'm gonna say. I would doubt Xander goes to New York. I don't think either would. Jared talked about that. Yeah. I could see I could see Brock Holt in the booth a little bit, you know? Scoop a pitcher for Jeter Downs. Jeter doesn't have any trade value. At least from what I saw. Mike Yastrzemski. That would be kind of interesting. There's a storm in New York. The only people to survive are Stephen A. Smith, Derek Jeter, and the Cats from the Apprentice. What a bad group of survivors. Yeah, Griff. Him and Brock are super good friends, so that makes sense. I would love to see Brock Holt in the booth, man. That'd be so much fun. Who in the booth right now would be who in the Red Sox right now would be good in the booth? Christian Arroyo. Christian Arroyo would be fantastic in the booth. I think Alex Verdugo would be a lot of fun in the booth. Kike, yeah. Kike's a good one. Mikey Shremsky in a Red Sox uniform might bring ticket sales up. I don't think they have a problem with ticket sales. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to see Mikey Shremsky in a Red Sox uniform. Maybe they give him special permission to use his grandfather's number. They should not add Kurt Schilling. Uke has been great. Yeah, Millar's been fun. Give me Uke and Monaco right now. They should hype up Downs' ability to clap for actual good players and fetch water for them might increase his trade value. JD Martinez, yeah, that's an underrated one because the insight he has would be insane. I don't know if he would be up for doing a booth job though. I feel like he's a player who just simply does not want to do that. You're going to the game tomorrow? I don't know how many people are going to join in on the re-sign JD Martinez chant. I'm going to be honest with you, unfortunately. But yeah, JD, yeah, you said it, especially when the Red Sox want to go to hit. You're right. That would be a ton of fun to watch. Give me a Valdi in the booth. That's not a bad one either. I think I'd have fun with a Valdi in the booth. Yeah, a Roy will be fun in the booth. Did I like Brock Holt when he's on the Red Sox? Of course. I love the Flow Bros. I have a ton of Benintendi stuff. He'll get injured there. What about Cora as an announcer slash manager? That'd be wild. No offense, why not Schilling? I just don't think he would be for a guy in the booth, right? You don't want someone who's got polarizing takes. You want someone who's just gonna, talk about baseball, shoot the ish with you, have some fun in the booth. And there are times where I don't get me wrong, Kurt Schilling was my favorite pitcher when I was a kid. So but I just think if you're talking in terms of guys who would be good in a radio setting, I don't think Kurt Schilling can filter himself enough. I think it'd end up backfiring. Um, I just think he'll end up backfiring and make himself look bad on TV, and not look bad, but you know what I mean. Petey and Millar. Petey would be a great one. Griffin said Pedroia too. Yeah, Dahlbeck might have more luck as a commentator. Yeah, Brock was insane. Yeah, I don't think I love Papelbon. I don't think Papelbon would be able to be in the booth. That would be cool, Yanni. Dahlbeck will still find a way to go for 0 for 3 in the booth. Yeah, Papelbon and Curry would not end up well. Yeah, Wakefield's interesting. He'd be tossed out in the fifth. Yeah, he'd make it 3 innings. Oh, JD would be a fantastic hitting coach. Oh, 1,000,000% JD would be a fantastic hitting coach. I wouldn't be surprised if he does do that when he gets out. Veritek's really quiet and serious. I don't know how well he would do in the booth. I think it'd be fun. Doug Mirabelli would be good. Yeah. Who's your most hated athlete of all time? Mine's A-Rod, but butthead me out as a human. He seems like a good guy with a good family. On the field, I hated him though. Yeah. Hmm. My most hated I hated Manny Machado for a long time. I'm starting to get over that a little bit. Um, I like when Cassis shows emotion at the plate. I like that. Um, this is gonna be the hottest take I have, Chad, and we've already talked about this a couple of times. I hated Derek Jeter. I still think he's a jerk. So I guess we go Derek Jeter. Don't hate me, chat. Laser show in the booth. Yeah, Pedroia would be electric. Jeter talks well. Yeah, he does talk well. Got no respect for Jeets. Nope. Machado ended Pedroia's career. I'm right about Jeter. I know. Machado gets less respect in my opinion. So are you saying you like Machado less? Yeah, I listen. I don't like Correa either. All right, Chad, here we go. Let's see if we win a game. Yeah, I hated it. Yeah, Machado's a very close second. Let's see what our record is, chat. We might end the year positive, which is crazy because oh no. Where are my notes? Oh no. Oh, there it is. We're 12-9, chat. Yeah, let's see, chat. Last inning. I might stay on a little later, to be honest with you. Rizzo's up there. See, yeah, there's a. I'm starting to not like Rizzo more because there's a guy, and Craig, if you're here, I'm so sorry, but that comments on every single one of my videos that he wants Rizzo back on the Red Sox and that he hates Tristan Casas, and it's starting to make me hate Anthony Rizzo a little bit. Love you, Craig. As one of my, I think Craig was my first ever legitimate subscriber, so I'll always love Craig. But he does, he always comes in with the, I want Rizzo. One of my favorite baseball moments was when they showed a commercial with Jeter talk about how he can hit any pitch, and then went back to the game and Wakefield immediately struck him out. That's awesome. I like Rizzo on the Cubs, but now, yeah, he's turned into a little bit of yeah. Yeah, grandstand. What was the latest one you had? You had what was it, the future Marcelo Meyer, right? Rizzo hates a sour grape thing. Yeah, I mean it's just a Yankee thing. Nomar would be fun in the booth. Oh, they're playing Aaron Judge's 61st home run. Um, I don't like Stanton. I don't like Stanton. Finish our season on a good note. I hope they do. It was Mayor. Yeah, if anyone's interested in some Marcelo Meyer video, go check out Grandstand Productions. Stanton is a goon. Yeah, I don't like Stanton. That's a good way to put it, Ethan. Manoa. Um, I gotta be honest with you. There's a certain level, like there are guys who are a holes in the league, like playing the villain, right? And it comes across as just like, stop, dude, you're embarrassing yourself. And there are guys who play the villain, and it's like, yes, I love that you're a villain. Look at the guy. Like, timeout. Look at the guy dressed as corn in the back of this game. So in my opinion, Manoa falls on the you're a cocky a hole, but you do it well. I'm in, Gord. Let's do it. Yeah. Griffin, I didn't realize how much money we had to spend, dude. That changes everything. Oh, the smile thing going around in MLB games, that's the worst. In my opinion, that's a terrible way to market this because it just makes me not want to see it. Like, this dude's probably just losing fantasy football. But yeah, smile thing, yeah, it was weird, man. Like, I don't mind. I'm not a huge horror movie person to begin with. I don't mind them. I'm not a big jump scare person. Have I seen anyone watching this game? No, they're only on national televised games. They're not going to come to an Orioles Red Sox game. They might be at the Toronto game. Does the change in bases change the Red Sox offense? Yeah, no. I think there'll be more stolen bases. Hopefully, guys who were just barely not fast enough to go, and now they're just barely fast enough to go. We'll start to see moving a little bit. Um, so yes and no. I think it'll affect the Red Sox offense a little bit. I don't know if it'll like fully affect it. No. Story will get 20 steals, probably. Yeah, I think Kike will get a couple more steals. I think Connor Wong could get some steals. I think Xander could get a couple more steals next year. So yeah, I mean, yeah. What's a trade we make, Griffin? If you don't like horror, then you must hate the 2022 Red Sox. Yeah. What's your opinion on the Ghost Runner? I've hated it. Because of how many times it's bit the Red Sox. Um, I hate it, but all in all, I never really like despised it. I like the fact that they take it away in the postseason. That's when to me that truly matters. That Ghost Runner. So I never like fully hated it. I didn't love it, but I don't fully hate it. Grab some speed. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, it could be. Do I watch college football? Not big into college football, honestly. Who should I root for in college football, chat? Got a Clemson, a couple of Clemson guys here. Xander might go become a 25-15 guy. Maybe 2015, yeah. Michigan, Clemson. Does it kill the Red Sox defense? No, I actually think we've been beaten by the shift so many times this year. I actually don't know if it'll affect it too much. I think it'll really help the offense, though. All right, chat. One more out. We are officially positive for the entire year. Let's go. Oh, I can't root for Ohio State. I have a bad personal thing with Ohio State. Tommy Edmond. Tommy Edmond would cost so much to get him here. Not Michigan. Oh boy. Uncle's best friend works for Clemson. BC. Is BC any good? Robo umps next year? No, we won't see robo umps until I think 2024. They'll start seeing if they can. Is the last stream of the season? No, we got one more of the season. And then I'm trying to figure out, I'll probably take like 2 or 3 weeks off of streaming and try and figure out what we're going to do in the off season in terms of how we're going to stream. Because I still want to do once a week stream, but it might be a little bit shorter. I might try and do something fun. I don't know what we're going to do yet. BC is mediocre in every sport, but Hmm. Chad, I'm thinking about doing like a once a week, almost like kind of like a live podcast where we just go over. Like I'll still make videos on everything that happens. Um, but doing sort of like a live stream once a week where we sort of go over everything. You guys can ask questions and we can talk about stuff. I was thinking about doing that over this off season. Let's go, Matt. Put them away. Ah. Any postseason streams like the World Series? I might hop. I might, yeah, but it won't be something that'll be like super planned out. Like this year, we did like every Wednesday, but yeah, maybe if we're gonna see. But at the same time, too, it feels weird to me if I'm a Red Sox channel throwing it on and like having a bunch of Braves and stuff. Do I think the Red Sox will sign Trey Turner? No, I think they go for Xander pretty hard. My sister goes to Ohio State. Sorry. Podcast style form would be interesting. Would suit your style. Yeah. How many people do we have in here right now? We have 23 people in here right now. Anti-Yankee streams. Imagine if I just spent the entire postseason streaming and just belittling Yankee fans that came in. But yeah, nah, Jimmy. I don't think the Red Sox will go after Trey Turner too hard. I think they go after the Xander much harder. Yeah, grandstand. Depends on what we're doing, but I should be down. Just yeah, message me on Twitter. Barnes the closer next year. I don't think Barnes will be the closer next year. I think he's been much better this year than he has been in years past. I think if we did a World Series game, it should be a possible clinch game. Yeah, that's probably when I would go live, Ethan. No Judge, no Yankee problems. True. If we can take Judge from the Yankees, then the Yankees are non-competitive. Come on, dude. Disagree with the statement that if the Yankees don't have Judge, that they're going to be non-competitive. Interesting. Who do you think carries the team then, Griffin? Because that offense has been brutal this year. Well, that's a lie. I'm not going to say it's been brutal, but like in the second half, at a stretch there, it was terrible, and Judge was kind of keeping it afloat. Wish we had an Eric Gagne like closer for the Red Sox. Eric Gagne was terrible for the Red Sox, from what I remember. As a kid, give it up, Gagne. That's all I remember. Yeah, true. Cashman's been good for the Yankees, which sucks. No, the guy on the Yankees who beats us is Giancarlo Stan. He beats us every time. Yeah, I think the Yankees give Judge a massive deal. I think the Yankees go out and they get Judge as much money as they possibly can to get him here. Cole sucks versus us, yes. Garrett Cole is terrible against the Red Sox. Yeah, Gagne. That was tough. But he closed for LA, which is why it's weird that he couldn't handle Fenway. $39.5 million a year for Judge. Griffin, I was floating this around the other day. What do you think? Ready? Aaron Judge, 5 years, $43 million a year. Make him the highest paid player in baseball for 5 years. Wow, they brought in Adley. $39 total. Like 10 cents a game. I'm in. Let's do it. Actually, that would be 20 cents a game, basically, right? 162. Yeah. Yeah, basically, kind of like what the Mets gave Max Scherzer, just an absolutely massive contract. Straight. Yes, straight. That's not a bad one either, Randall. Yeah. Like almost like a Max Scherzer type deal. Eric Gagne and the Red Sox had a 6.75 ERA, by the way. All right, so what if we did? Yes, he went. Game over. Game over. We officially have a winning record for the year, chat. Let's go. Yeah, so what if they did 3 years, $43 million a year, and then had an option at the end of year 3? Yes. If Vasquez plays in postseason, I should do a live stream? Maybe. That means as long as we've been live this year, chat, we have a winning record. Let's go. What's the Red Sox record with the City Connect jerseys? I have no idea. I know it's winning, though. Live stream next Wednesday? Yeah, chat. So just a heads up, we are going to be live next Wednesday at 4 because this is the last game of the year. We're going to be live at 4. 10-1 in 2022. Ew. No helmet today. Yeah, we didn't need the helmet. Yeah, Eck. Shout out to Dennis Eckersley. His last game in a Red Sox uniform, chat. Also, if you're still here, we may have merch next live stream. So keep an eye out on that. We may have some merchandise for you guys. Next live stream, hopefully. We will get that up and running. But that's just a sneak peek for those of you who stuck around. Griffin. Yeah. Text me. What's our record? Our record is 13-9. We are officially on the year positive, which is good. That means we're good. Great announcing career for Eckersley. Thank you to everyone who stuck around. It means a lot to me that you guys were here. Pretty short stream. This might have been our shortest stream here. But thank you all very much again. Keep an eye out on that. We may have some merchandise next Wednesday. Either way, thank you all for being here. If you haven't subbed yet, be sure to hit my subscribe button. It would help out the channel a lot. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. And we'll see you all in the red seat. Also, thank you, Boston Strong, for the donation this stream. Okay, now I will see you in the red seat.